I put them in. I put the tags in on my main computer, and then I came over here and they weren't there. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. Not cool, Twitch. Okay. Okay. I I built this set some time ago, so I don't remember that piece. The giant ball socket on it. Well, that's not the socket. That's the actual ball part. I'm not sure officially that's supposed to be called. Okay. Whoops. Come here. Oh, give me a break. It's interesting the way some of these pieces bounce. Oh, Ricky, you're welcome. I think you were the only Lego streamer, so it was like, okay, yeah. Well, no, there was someone else, but I think I've rated them, and I hadn't seen you before, so I figured, well, okay, let's rate someone I don't know, and hopefully it helps them out. And thank you for the follow. I'm 12 follows shy of making affiliate, so fingers crossed. 12 people wander in here and decide to follow. I'm hoping. Otherwise, it's going to be a few more days, probably. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure if you really saw the show, but oh, was it your first stream? Your first Lego stream? Okay. Yeah, I've been doing this a little while. This is the sixth series. Usually there was only 2 episodes per. So yeah, this Lego's Lava. That's the name of this particular show. Um, the Lego set I'm working on. You'll see pictures in the upper left. Um, that's what I'm currently building. Oh wait a minute, I forgot to change it. Damn. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. The volcano crawler I just finished. So current. way this worked. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. There we go. There's the new set. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure how far you got in. Um, the show I did earlier today was great because I wound up building a whole bunch of tools in order to finish the build. It was great. Yeah, I built all these items to be able to finish the build. It was great. Which I figure I need a lot of this kind of stuff to do the Technic sets. Because after I've done a bunch of the city ones, I want to then move up to something a lot more difficult, which would be Technic builds. So that's my hope. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm hoping it catches on. I realize that not a lot of people know about this show, so I'm hoping that I can make this a regular thing. Once I make affiliate and I don't have to worry about my hours and followers and all that, I'm going to develop a bunch of other stuff, some variety stuff, some blog stuff. I also game, so I'd like to do some stuff with that as well. But for now, the only audience I seem to be able to find is for the Lego community and the other Lego builders and stuff. So that's why I'm currently only streaming Lego builds. I'm looking for lids. There's one. There's two. So I built this set a while ago, like probably a couple of years ago, so I don't really remember too much about it. I appreciate that, Ricky. You have a good night, man. If you're heading out, if you're gonna hang around or just lurk, go ahead, man. Have fun. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, or otherwise, you have a good evening, sir. Let's try this instead. Okay. Good. Yeah, it is changing. Good. No, that's probably. I heard a chirp, and I'm guessing it is Discord running on my main system. Okay, yeah. guys. Aha, we have an error. It never fails. I almost always make at least one mistake in the build. And you'd think with the extra time and care it takes to do things this way, I would be less likely to make a mistake. I really do like these tweezers. I just wish they were sturdier. Yeah, I do like them. I'm going to have to consider finding something, as I said, sturdier. I believe robust would be a appropriate word. I'm not sure. I have to look that up at a later time. Okay. Okay. Well, I know I've built this before. I must have marveled at this particular piece for a while, because I have never seen anything like that. Well, I've seen smaller versions of it, but nothing that size before. Cool. Oh, okay. I forgot to go back to the live screen. And come on, where are you? Ah, there you are. It is your turn to star in this episode of this show. Okay. What? Oh, damn! I keep forgetting to shift the focus back to the instruction manual, the PDF file. Oh, okay. We're not done with this yet. I used to use the ends of these particular tweezers, but Yeah, this one's starting to split the rubber insulation, unfortunately. So I'm now resorting to these ones. This is something I put on. This insulating rubber came with the tweezers. Actually bought this way. This I actually put on myself. That's a shrink wrap wiring insulator. You just put that on, boom, hit it with a heat gun, and it shrinks down. It helps with gripping the parts, but it also helps prevent damaging the Lego parts, which is why, yeah. So this is why you'll usually see me grab this and use that to try and seat the parts in properly. I'm still working on a proper technical vocabulary for this, which is something it's gonna come with time. So one of these sides gets this roof tile. I have to orient it that way. Okay. I'm just wondering, I have one of these large roof tiles, one of the long ones. Just curious if there's another? No. So I may or may not have to mirror this side with another. I am looking for a square dot. I realize that's a bit of an oxymoron, but these small pieces like that, I call that a dot. Now that's a dot with a stud in the top. This one is not. I call them dots because they're tiny little dots, and I don't like them because sometimes trying to seat them in and hold on to them, they uh, they get loose and they fly across the room. Oh, figures. There it is. That's a square. That's what I call it. It's square dot. I don't like the dots. Dots are too small. Oh, where'd it go? Hey, no, a square dot. I have that. This is what I need now. A little tiny claw. Okay. Okay, so the claw. Whoopsie. Because the height of the stud's a bit of an issue with these tools. And if you don't get it right, and actually these don't line up properly, I tried bending it into place. I heard a crack, so I don't want to break them. Just snap the end off. So hence you will see me use other tools. Where are? Oh, there they are. I just redid these yesterday, and they're already starting to get chewed up. It's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. That is right. Yeah, that's correct. Now, hemostat tools are handy for certain things, but because your fingers loop into them, your fingers kind of get stuck on them. You have to pull your fingers out, and it's tough to just be able to grab them differently in your hand, whereas these things just seem to, you can flip your hand around and whatnot. These are a little easier for just manipulating the parts around. But there are times when the hemostats work out really well. Yeah, occasionally. There we go. Okay. There are other tools. I mean, these are all part of a kit that's used to open cell phones for repair, like any tight electronic small objects, items. These are all tools for prying that kind of stuff open. Lots of pliers. I bought all this stuff at the dollar store. Actually, the hemostats I got from Amazon. I got them off the internet. They were super cheap. I mean, these are not proper surgical quality. I think these are from model makers and stuff. And I even have a small hammer, which, believe it or not, actually, I've used on occasion. These are the world's most dangerous tweezers. There's so much tension in them that when you pick something up, if it slips, it will fire across the room. And I've had that happen. Now, fortunately, it tended to bounce within this area, so I didn't lose it. But nah. Otherwise, I've been tempted to put some heat to it, so I think that'll weaken the springing action of the steel. Because I do like them. It's just there's too much tension, too much compression, makes them dangerous to use. I think that's basically all the tools that are here, and then of course everything else I've made. So as we're moving along, hopefully we'll get to pull out the old made tools that we've been using to keep going with the build. It is a double side. Damn, so where is... Oh, there it is. Damn. See, I didn't see that, so I didn't know that there's a matching side. Now, this is where we run into potential issues. So what we can do is build something to help hold it in place. And because there's an angled plate, okay, I think this should work. This is one I already made. I made this for the last build, so it's nice that I get to kind of reuse it. There we go. Now, the little gray plates here extend the length more than the standard Lego spacings, so it doesn't fit perfect, but hopefully it's enough that I can assemble this without too much difficulty. I would like to, yeah, and I'm gonna pick up some more pairs of these. I'd like to be able to reset the ends so they're wider, so I can pick up bigger pieces with them. Okay. What if I take that out and I substitute plates? There we go. That seems better. Now I wonder what happens if I actually slide a tile and wedge it in. There. Okay, so note to self from now on, keep an eye out for, yeah, using tiles can be used to wedge improve a fixture's grip. There we go. So it's just wedged in there. So it's being held in place by the front and the back of the fixture and the two sides. So that appears to be a really good grip on the part. And unfortunately there's no one here. Well, everything, almost everything takes time. So okay, so okay. Now because the fixture is a tool and not part of the official set, it is not against the rules to hold it. Oh, damn. It's the problem with all the tools that there's a slight angle, so it's not grabbing onto the pieces in a perfectly parallel way. Um, if you grab something in here, you're grabbing the sides parallel, so you're less likely to lose it. It's less likely to slip, or perhaps I'll call it getting kicked. I mean, it's not a case of they fall out; they kind of get shot. So I'm going to call it kicking from now on. Okay. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, and because we're using a fixture, we need to note it. So yeah, I would rather do this with a spreadsheet with that autofill, which apparently OpenOffice Writer does not do when you build a table in a Word document. 2007. That one. And I had to do the next one. 8 was done that way. And I am pretty sure 9 has to be done that way. Tab to here and yeah, and 9 is going to need it, the fixture. I just don't know what we're going to do about step 10. So, where are we? Okay, so okay, and now 10. So I'm just curious if I spend just a little time filming the way it goes together, this will help in editing. So I can, okay. Okay. So that was the use of a fixture. Now, where are the other two? There you are. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let's try this one. I've been hoping that some of these tweezers that are self-locking would be useful. I'm not sure yet if they're really helpful or not. There we go. Okay. Damn it. Okay, so you go. Something I haven't had to deal with yet really is sub-assemblies being heavier, and so they're not as easy to pick up, and but in this case it's not really an issue. But I know in other sets sub-assemblies will be so large that I have to figure out how to pick them up and move them and everything. So that's done. Yeah, you didn't need to hear that. Sorry. Oh, okay, I was about to say, good. I suddenly thought I was supposed to put that there, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm glad I didn't put it there because I'm not sure what it would have taken to take it apart. If you make a mistake, you're supposed to try and correct it without using your hands. Now, in some cases, the way certain things go together, there may be no choice. I haven't encountered it yet, but I am. I'm not going to be surprised if it eventually happens. I mean, if you avoid making the mistake in the first place, you never have to worry about it. But I'm only human, so. Okay. No, I need another one of them. I'm just debating if. Just build a handle just to make it a little easier to move it around. See, I really don't know if I should wrap these or not. I'm afraid that the extra width will make it difficult because I mean these fit straight in the inside walls right to the inner stud. And if I wrap these, they might not fit. Okay. There's one. And where is your twin brother? Come on out. Yes. You are the next guests on today's show. Don't be shy. And you. We'll keep you guys together. There we go. And a curved tile. When I put the handle on, I wasn't sure if I should try and clamp it underneath with another plate, but this seems fine. That's done. Oh, look at the way that fits. Oh, come on. There we go. That's cool. Okay, now this is where we are likely to get into more fixtures. Okay. That should do it. Okay. Oh, and this is just a preventative measure in case these things start to roll. If you scroll down, you'll see there's a list of rules or guidelines. If a piece is going to roll off the table or fly off, if you can catch it, catch it. That does not break the lava rule. I mean, it's just practical. You don't want to lose a piece. Two, you don't want to be crawling around on the floor during your stream. So if it hits the floor, you can pick it up, put it back. Doesn't count towards a fault. What do I call it? Actually, I don't have a name for that kind of a fault. A mishandling fault? Projectile fault? A kick fault. I think we'll call it a kick fault. I should write this stuff down. Two of those. I need 2 domes. There are the domes. Ah, darn. And 2 dots. We don't like dots. Dots suck. And these little short pins. So we put that in there, and then we grab that, and in we go. There we go. That is the easy way to do that. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, so we got that part done. Now, how to put in a pin. Let's see if this works. maybe. Now, in terms of putting, like, this is the way I did it last time. This particular setup I'm not thrilled with, but I haven't figured out. Yeah, that doesn't work. Well, worst comes to worst, we can always just. Yeah, that's fine for this time. But at some point I am going to build something that does a better job. Actually, that might work. Okay, so that's what we'll do for the second one. So I need to attach a dot. Okay, so now I need to attach a dot. How do I do that? Now, when in doubt, I use the jaws of life. That's what I call these. I call these pliers the jaws of life. Oh, sorry, you can't see them. Okay, so that worked. Not thrilled with this particular handling, but okay, so drop a piece in, you grab another piece, and I was going to do it this way this time. Okay. Pull that off. Pin? No. I don't think this will fit on the way I want it to. Okay. Okay, one on each side. Now, for the jaws of life, one more time. I'm sorry, you guys can't see that part. There's our little dot. We hate dots. There. Okay, that works. Hopefully the next time I encounter this build type of thing, I'll do a better job. Okay, so that part's done. Oh, and I needed everything for this, so um, because this is a subset of instruct. What's this 29? What is 29? 1 to 4. I think that should be decipherable at a later date. And put the focus back where it belongs. Aha. Now, this is where it gets interesting. How? Because the cylinder has to lock into that pin. How? Well, I think you're generally going to find you always want to press and seat parts in vertically downwards. You always want to be pushing down because you got the table to drive against. That's not good. And there's also the question of how. I mean, I can pick that up that way, lean it over the part, press it in, I guess. Sorry, I realize this is not your view. See, to just press it in, that's really flimsy. I don't have a really good grip on it. So I am not happy with assembling it that way. I think this would be a case of the build order should be altered. The cylinder should be assembled, put on, and then the pins and the dots go on. I think that's how it should have been done. Well, in terms of when Lego did it, how they do it is fine. Like, there's no reason to do it any other way. In terms of doing this build, I think it might be best if it was done that way. Well, there's also that. With an axle in the bottom, you can just push it right into place and then pull the axle out the bottom. But I don't have any axles up here. I do have these short blue ones, but I'm not sure that's going to do the job. Let's see what we can do with that. So we take that, put it in there. Theoretically, we would then... Oh, wait a minute, actually. First, we would do this. As I said, problem is the dot. much for holding yourself together. Okay, so okay, there we go. So not as elegant as I like. I also had to include a back piece so I could hold on to the piece because it started to break free of its handle. So okay. I know the kind of piece I want. I'm pretty sure they make a piece that doesn't need a spline on the end. Most of these are splined ends. I want an old-fashioned pin end. There we go. This should help. Okay, there appears to be someone here. Hi, my name's Arctic. This is my show. This is my channel, Arctic's Empire. You're watching me do a build. This Lego is lava, which is becoming more interesting recently because I'm hitting phases of builds where it's becoming difficult to assemble anything. Okay. Um, some of the Legos, the actual set, and there's other Legos such as this and this. That's separate. It's not part of the actual official set, so they're just being used as tools. So they are not lava. Only the submersible set and its pieces are. Okay, so okay, so no, let me turn this around so you guys can see it. Just a sec. Orient the part the best I can. Damn it! Nothing. It was like a minion. I just realized that. Okay, so there we go. The pin comes out. So I needed two tools to do that simple feat of building the canisters and putting them in place and putting the dots on. So that's cool. It's another challenge met. It's 29. That's weird. Then we're just going to call this page 30. It's strange they wouldn't. Well, yeah, it's an extension of the previous page. But okay. Decals? I don't do decals. I leave them in mint condition. So I never put them on. Okay. Now let me just take this brace out. So now it's flush with the surface again. Okay, so put the jaws of life away. And two. Where's the other one? I am looking for a grill. There it is. There we go. So. There we go. Ooh. More pins. Okay, so let's put this brace back on. There we go. It's just a handle. Now we have a solution for pins, although we are now facing something new. I think. Normally, no. My solution for the short pins should work for this as well. So, now unfortunately, this part of the solution is not as elegant as I wish, but okay, it's not this one, it's this one. Yeah, this has a short pin in it, which actually extends partially into the next pin, and because of that, the pin, when it sits in, will not lock itself up. It won't set itself. So, okay, so there I have it, and now, and see, because the pin doesn't follow all the way through the other side, it doesn't have a chance to lock itself in. Should probably consider close-ups for this kind of thing. Maybe that's what we'll do for the next one. Okay, so how well can we see that? Yeah, there's the blue pin, but the blue pin doesn't go all the way through. It goes, it stops right about here, not here. Okay, so the stand, I don't have anything better at the moment. I want something better than this because this is, that's clumsy. It's not elegant. I'd like it to be solid. But anyway, so come on. There we go. See? I don't know if you can see it. This particular little, it's a very thin flange. If this had seated completely, part of that flange would be buried, but you can see part of it. That tells you the pin hasn't locked itself off like it's supposed to. It's a kickstand, I don't care. So what happens now is, and this is great because I got a good firm grip on it. It's not going to fall out. it's really easy to position it right where I want it, snap it into place. So the bottom of the pin has locked in. Now I can just pull the top off because it never locked in here. And that is how you put pins in. In this instance, I know that there are instances where the pins are blocked, so I might not be able to get a tool in, so that's a challenge I'm waiting to come across, and I will hopefully figure out a solution to the problem when I come to it. Okay, so now we have, I'm not sure what to call that, a fat washer. Okay, now there you go on the pins. I don't really have a solution for that. Not really. The only thing is to do this the simple old-fashioned way. Again, this is not elegant, so I'm not happy with it. I'm going to put the bottom brace back on. I can feel the whole thing moving. Okay, that gives me a better grip. Oh, that should work. So we'll go back to this. There we go. Because it couldn't seat itself, it didn't lock, which means I didn't have to worry about not being able to pull it off without pulling the whole pin assembly. So that works. Yeah, I wish there was a better way of grabbing onto this. But at the moment, I don't have a solution for that. And then back to and oh no, I don't know. Okay, that works. The elongated, well, actually, oh damn, yeah, the elongated hole doesn't lock onto the pin either. So we'll have to remember that. We'll find a use for that. Characteristic. Okay, so it's 32 and 33. Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. Backspace and tab it. Okay. Okay. Oh, return focus to the PDF file. Put that aside. Okay. We have a way of dealing with the pin. Damn, we're gonna need dots. I don't like dots. Please do not incorporate dots. Oh, let's back this up now. Sorry about that. I fear I lost good footage and I wasn't paying attention. Two propellers. Where did you go? Come on. Where is it? Oh, Jesus, right there. And these short pins. Okay, maybe. Now these have... Just a second. No, the pins are part of them. Sorry, I thought I built this set prior, and I thought maybe when I took it apart, I may have left a pin in the props, but that's not the case. It's all one piece. I just wanted to check that. Well, let's see if our friend here can help us again. Just reorienting it that way. Just hopefully give it a little more strength. There we go. So, and let's do that. Okay, so got the part there. Now, ideally, if I could put a shaft, like an axle, in the bottom, that'd be fantastic, because then I could lock it piece right in there and it wouldn't move. But I can't do that right now. No. One of the fun parts of this is it is possible there's a thought. What if I build this upside down? Oh, there you are. If I build that upside down, the studs are no longer in my... Oh. Nope, that didn't work as well as I'd hoped. But... let's see what we got in the bag of tricks. What the hell is going on now? I'm watching riff tracks. What the hell are they doing now? Okay, so that's 2/3 the height of a brick. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when we drop a pin in here. Okay, so height-wise, it's good. It's just, I wish I could brace around it closer, but I can't. we go. So I've got the piece. Now I can just snap it in and let's go. So that's that. And then I need... Did I pull the 2 dots out? No. Then the dots. Remember, we hate dots. Thought there might be a way to clamp down on that, but no. We will use the jaws of life again. Okay, jaws of life. You're almost finished. Now we put the other one in. And drop you in there. Oops. Just turn you around. There we go. Now, quit. See, this is the problem. Because I can't. I need something smaller. The pin is... Okay, I got it that time, so there we go. Then we just... There. And then back to the jaws of life. For the dot. Figures. It's upside down, silly man. Turn the damn thing over. Okay. Jaws of life. Done. Okay. So. I don't think we're going to need that again. Although we now have a question of how we're going to drop the prop in. I guess ultimately, let's do it this way. Oh, actually, okay, it's sliding around. I don't want that. So, oh, okay. Hey, behave yourself. Okay. There. Now, we can place that there. And then use space. Slap it in place. And it's locked in. That's one. Awesome. Okay. is it's 5. I think we're gonna call it perhaps after this. Probably not too worried about it. So that's 34. 1 to 3. Yeah, that works. Go away. Now, how do we mount them? I don't think that's gonna do it. Whoa. Okay, we'll try that. We'll just make this taller. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, that's better. Dummy. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we got that wrong. That's not the way it's supposed to be attached. Whoa. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's just... Nope. Spacing is bad. It's off the Lego standard of spacing, for lack of a better word. Yeah. But it's not great, however. We can throw a spacer or two in there. Nope. One spacer. So there's a spacer in here, so it helps with the fit. Now we can just... There's one. And let's just drop that in there. Whoops. Get back up there. Here. Okay. This way, this way, this way, and page 37. Okay. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna call it. Unfortunately, I did not get any of the 12 needed follows, but that's not a big deal. Okay, so my name's Arctic. This is my channel, Arctic's Empire. I've just done episode 7, no, series 7, episode 1, I believe, of This Lego's Lava. Again, we've had occasion to build tools, fixtures, and a handle and whatnot in order to get this far in the build. I might be back on tomorrow during the day, I'm not sure. If not, probably Friday or Saturday. Okay? So, I'd like to wish everyone a good night. And I will see everyone the next time.